Okay, I'm just trying to get used to this phone, because apparently if I put my hand up in a certain spot, it seems like it starts. Don't mind my trashy appearance today. Still kind of getting over a cold, and I'm gonna spend the day, or a couple hours, in High Cliff State Park in Sherwood, Wisconsin. If anybody's familiar with Wisconsin, it's near Appleton. We're gonna see how this goes though, because there's a shit ton of lake flies, also known as mayflies. I'm seeing them swarm. That's what I'm staring at. This is horrendous. So excited. Here is the Wisconsin State Park Pass for 2026. They changed it now, so it used to be January to December, but they now have changed it as of earlier this year, probably January. It is now rotating, so if you buy it in January, it expires January. And this is our lovely High Cliff State Park sign, which would be even more lovely if it was not coated in bugs. Alright, today is Sunday, May 18th. My hope is to try to get around as much of the park as I can. Definitely intend on seeing the campground and probably figure out where this group campground is. It looks like there's about 8 spots. Again, apologize for the sniffling, but still getting over a cold. Let's see if I can get this glare out of here. There is the state park map. I have camped here before. I won't be doing that probably anytime soon, but it is a pleasant experience. There's where they keep the wood. Right next to the woodshed is the visitor center / just park entry. And right as you come into the park, one of the first really nice sights is this beautiful willow. And then past that is going into the park. Alright, so I'm just hanging out in my car, trying not to be too odd. So to start off this little trek of ours, I'm trying to stay out of the zone of all the flies, which driving in was pretty awful. There was a bunch of swarms of them. But if you enter the park and at the first stop sign you take a right, it takes you down to this little like marina, which is quite nice. And we've been blessed with a bright sunny day. Just some overcast clouds, but not too bad. This is attached to Lake Winnebago. So a nice big open water. If you turn this way, we get to the end of, this is one of those state parks that is right next to a neighborhood. Typically not my favorite, but fortunately it's pretty secluded from the neighborhood. Also, when you enter the state park, it's connected to, or rather just right next to, a golf course. But they're pretty separated, so if you want to get some golf in and get some park exploring in, there's plenty to do over here. So we're heading back from the marina. You can see all the flies. This next stop we're gonna make is in Butterfly Pond Trail. I haven't really done any of the trails here except one that's more near the campground, so this is all gonna be new to me. So it looks like this is quite a small little parking lot. There's a, let's see if you can see that. It looks like four handicap spots and 2 traditional parking spots. So I am actually going to back up and see what I can do. All right, so now got in my car. I'm guessing this is probably going to be a pretty short trail, mostly due to the fact that there's so few parking spots. Because the nearest parking outside of this small little lot here, if you cross the road, there is a larger parking lot on the other side. And then if we walk back this way, there is the marina. So, all right, I'll walk back. I see there's a map of the trail itself. Oops. All right. Dogs are allowed in this park. They just need to stay on leash. Definitely a no motor vehicle trail. Another map of the park. And a nice little program of events this year. Alright, and this is the map of Butterfly Pond Trail. Alright, there's definitely no description of exactly how long. Alright, so it looks like this purple line would be bike trail. And then all of these dotted kind of box lines is the butterfly trail. So I am going to take my hand at walking this trail and see how it goes. Hopefully these bugs don't stay too bad. I can hear like their constant hum. I don't know if you can see in this video, but just the clusters of bugs everywhere. I promise it's not that bad all year round, but man, is it bad right now. All right. Oh, there we go. 0.7 mile west loop and 0.4 mile east loop. So I think we're going to start on the east loop and see how we're feeling. I'm just trying to get back into a little bit of exercise, so take it slow and see where we go. We got a lot of park to explore today. So So I did end up turning around. I was heading this way on the trail. It ended up actually back out to the main road where the park, actually before the park gate, before you even get in. So it may have continued around, but I wasn't quite ready to risk it. But across the path from where we are now is a nice little bridge over there. And then it looks like there's 2 fishing docks just as we came into the Butterfly Pond Trail. Very cute pond, very cute little area. Quiet. Again, outside of the hum of the flies. Alright, so I made it back into the car. These bugs were just way too bad on that trail. Ugh. Makes your skin crawl. Anyway, I promise it's not that bad all the time. It's just there's a couple of weeks where they spark back up. So there is the harbor. I'm going to turn back around and head back towards the front. So if you were to turn left at the stop sign, that would be back towards the front of the park where you enter. But I'm going to take a right where we have a little sign here for the swimming area, Pine Shelter, and Lower Shelter. Just start over at the Lower Shelter first. I'm probably going to just stay in the car for a little while. We'll see. We may end up just driving through the campground. I'd like to try to walk it, but if the bugs are just this bad right now, I might just have to suck it up and stay in the car for this video. So here is the Lower Shelter. There is beach access from the Upper Shelter. I think it was the picnic shelter. There actually may be beach access from this one, but typically when I've been here, I have just gone to the other shelter. Just seeing if there's anything on the signs. Nope, just carry in, carry out. No pets allowed in picnic area. So there's pets allowed in the trails, but not in the picnic areas. So it looks like a decent area. Nice view of Lake Winnebago from over here, but obviously better from the actual shelter. But we're going to keep driving. Pretty decent sized little parking area. A couple of handicap spots. Nice view of the harbor over there. And I apologize if I get any of this terminology wrong. This would be my first time actually trying to go through these parks, at least taking a video wise, so this is all kind of just practice, I suppose. So now we're going into the other park shelter, where if you can see that clearing, that is where the beach is, which is a very nice place to be when there are no bugs, because while there are bugs, there's no walking down there and feeling comfortable. But again, very nice area. There is a little playground over there for the kids, or the adult who is a child at heart. And then nice parking lot, a little bit nicer, a little bit more open. Some geese over there. And then if you see those cars traveling down, they are coming down from the actual cliffs. So this is more of just kind of the lower entry point, where there's a couple shelters, little beach, boat docking area. And then we're getting into the bulk of it as we head back up that hill. All right, so now we're back in the car and we're gonna take a right. Oh, there we go. speed limit is 25 on this road. Oof, gross. And off to the left here would be the museum. Never been in it. Not really sure if it's running. But then again, like I said, before you go up this hill, I'm actually going to take a right because I believe there is another walking trail over here. It's a beautiful day. Oh yeah, here we are. Here's another walking trail. I believe this one would be the Lime Kiln Trail. Gonna see how far we can go down. It's a pretty long parking lot, so if you want to start your walk before you even get down to the post, it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm gonna stop this here, and yeah. All right, so we're now at the main post of the Lime Kiln Trail. I did want to go back over this High Cliff State Park map and let you know it is actually horse friendly. There is a, see right here, horse, bike, and trail parking. Or sorry, horse and bike trail parking. I should redo that one. And down here, it tells you how long the horse and bike trails are. And then also wanted to go back up here because at that Butterfly Pond Trail, so I had walked, where is it? Right here. That's where the parking was. I went over here. So it would have gone all the way around, but I stopped at the road. So you actually end up following on the side of the road, and then it must go back into the trail. So it does loop fully, but I wasn't quite prepared, especially with all the bugs. But yeah, so right now we would be I see. We're right here. Okay. Old kiln ruins. So we actually probably right here. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of this. See how bad it is. Hopefully it's not too bad. I have walked this trail, at least partially before. It is a pretty nice one. Get a pretty good view of Lake Winnebago when you get out there. But I will, meet you guys back in a sec. So pretty much right off the bat, parking lot right there, and here are those ruins. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive place to have a setup like this. However long ago this was, and to be up on top of a cliff essentially. Probably some tough work, but beautiful view. And of course, favorite part of this trail. Other direction. Get a beautiful view of Lake Winnebago. So from here, again, this being Sherwood, Wisconsin, I'd say Appleton would probably be about that way. A little bit there. And there's Menasha and Neenah. And then out way to the west would be, sorry, not the west, the left would be Fond du Lac. So this will probably end up being more of a video for the future. But I would definitely like to try to make a goal for this channel to walk a lot of the trails. Of course, do the campgrounds. I want to see as many of the state parks as possible. My boyfriend and I have been trying to do a lot of travel. We've been together for almost 2 years now, and we together have seen about 25 of Wisconsin's state parks. So we definitely want to see how many we can get down. But he has been going through a lot in these past 2 years. He's had ankle fusion and then another broken bone just below where he had the fusion done. So we've been struggling in this past year to get some of the walking in, but we definitely want to make it a new thing for us to start getting back out again. And I want to document it for everybody and for ourselves. And yeah, we want to take you guys with us. So I didn't see if there were any other markers on this trail. Let's see if I can even get this one. So it says 0.2 miles. I didn't quite catch how many miles this trail is. I'll have to look for that, but it's pretty nice. It looks like it might be a newer marker. I don't think I've ever seen those before on this trail. So I know in past years, some of the funding for our state parks has gone down. But I would definitely love to see that go back up. But I mean, if they're putting new signage up, that's at least a good potential sign that things could be kind of going on the up. But yeah, there's just so many beautiful parks in this state. It's hard to picture them being taken care of, much less. Unfortunately, definitely a lot of trees down in a lot of these parks. This one hasn't been too bad, but I'm definitely seeing quite a few trees. Most of them look like they were intentionally cut. But then again, that one looks cut on the top, but then also looks uprooted, so I don't know. This is definitely a beautiful park. Just want to do what I can to share it with everybody, and of course to have my own memories. But this year we're trying to save up as much money as we can for future plans. So the state parks are a pretty great way for us to get out and still have some pretty amazing experiences, but not spend a crazy amount of money. We're fortunate that this park is half hour to an hour away from our homes. So it's a nice little thing to experience. I'm going to take you up here. Not really sure if this was meant to be a spot to go up, but ooh, all the bugs. And then this is just over that little wall. Actually, that might be some trail going right up there. I know that there is supposed to be like kind of an intense little trail, so that might be what that is. Excuse me. All right. I do believe that this trail, probably along with a lot of others, does have some, I think they're garden snakes. Not really sure, but apologies if I scream. Apparently I've learned I'm pretty weak when it comes to critters and obviously bugs. Alright, so it looks like this trail gets pretty rocky. Seems like it goes kind of in and out between rocky and dirt trail. So that Butterfly Pond trail was mostly asphalt, paved. Oh, this is beautiful. And then that water flows under the trail path and out to the other side. Oh, and a nice new little addition on this other side. Splits off. And that must be part of another little trail, but a little bridge. It's very cute. A little bit of trail going up that way. Alright, so I think I'm going to cut it short here. I'm going to turn around on this trail. I think once you get down there, it goes into more dirt trail. I don't think I'm quite ready or prepared. Definitely not the right shoes. I'm gonna head back to the car. I definitely would recommend wearing some hiking boots. Definitely a reminder for myself. Gets a bit rocky. Can definitely feel in these shoes. I'm wearing, I think they're old Skechers, but definitely thin on the bottom, so you can feel like every little rock underneath. So hiking boots would definitely help. Heading back out of the Limekiln Trail. Ooh. I'm gonna have to stop for a second. I got bugs. Go, get out, get out, nasty, get out. Go, fly away. Ugh. Gross. Okay, I'm just gonna be cutting down this video, I guess. So, I gotta look for a mount of some sort. So I'm gonna head right up the hill now. Not quite sure what trail this is, but there is a trail crossing right here as we head up the hill. Oh, so many bugs. Sorry about the bumpiness. up at the top of the hill, there's another trail crossing. And when you get to the top here, there's a sign. You can head right to the campgrounds, horse and bike trail, and Indian Mound trails, and then left will take us to the pavilion, upper shelter, observation tower, and forest management Redbird trails. And apparently there's a ski hill. I didn't even realize, but I'm gonna go left first. I'm gonna take this down a little bit. There we go. Some beautiful cut cliffs. Appreciate y'all bearing with me. I'm hoping to be able to get a stand of some sort so that maybe we can do this car driving without you guys having to see my car and just get the beautiful nature views. Another trail crossing. To our left, it looks like a little picnic area. And another trail crossing. Just gonna put my phone down for a little bit. Here to the left, there's a little playground, parking lot. All right, we're gonna take a little drive to the right. I think it's mostly, there's a ski trail, forest management trail, and just some additional parking. Yeah, pretty small little area. Little parking next to, actually, we're driving straight into the parking lot here. And there's the sign for the forest management trail. Definitely mostly field. A nice little hangout spot. And then straight ahead, again to our left, is that playground. And to the right, looks like another pavilion. And some picnic tables. I'm gonna go ahead and park here on the left. So I think this is where we're gonna end up coming to an end. I'm sure there's a lot more to explore. Definitely trails that I missed. I'm gonna have to make a part 2 for the campgrounds, but my time is cutting a little bit short here. So I'm gonna take a walk over by the tower and see if it's open. Just to our left, though, that is the Redbird Trail. Never done that one. Again, down the line, I definitely want to try to be able to walk all of these trails. Give you all a view of them. Maybe hope I can get a little bit of maybe a better camera setup. But we're gonna go see if this tower is even open. But it's quite a nice view from up there. And it looks like it might be open. I've ran into a couple of these towers in state parks that they're either relatively abandoned or just not open. Yeah. Alright, I'm a little bit winded after that walk. But from over here, you can see the neighborhood and the golf course. And then if we turn to the left, Lake Winnebago. This top deck is a little bit small. Not really. Probably wouldn't really want to be up here when it's, I don't know, no more than 15 people hopefully, but even that might be a bit much. I definitely like my secluded views. The only thing that could be tight is if you're a little bit heavier, might not be able to get through here because it's definitely hip to hip on this, but otherwise the rest of it pretty decent size. Cars parked down there. Definitely nice views from up here. And then over there, I believe it's just a pavilion. I might try to go down and see what's in there. Alright, I came down from the tower, walking towards the pavilion. Looks like there could be a potential view of the golf course area. Let's see, it's called the Gathering Space. Alright. Well, as we're walking over, let me know in the comments if you've been to this state park before, High Cliff State Park. And if not, I definitely recommend it. It's a nice little gem. All right. Reservable for parties. Public restroom facilities available by ski lot. All right. Only service dogs. All right. Let's see. Well, that's quite nice. It's actually very pretty. And I know all these shelters are, well, I should say most of them are fully reservable on the Wisconsin State Parks website. That's very pretty. So can't quite see the golf course, but you can definitely see Lake Winnebago from the little picnic area. No complaints here. It's a nice overcast day, so nice not being totally blinded, but I believe it said that the reservation for this pavilion would also include this outdoor space, which I didn't even realize was back here. Although I may be confusing that with the restrooms. But yeah, that's quite nice. Plenty of picnic tables all around. Look in here again. It looks like that must be a functioning fire pit kind of scenario, fireplace scenario. Which, if so, that would be awesome. Very pretty. I will never complain about a good campfire type ordeal. All right. Well, on that note, back to my messy self. Apologies again. I'm gonna cut this short here. I'm gonna try to get another video of the campground in a future endeavor. I work for the next few days, so after that I think I'll probably try and get out here again, maybe. Try and take another video. Hopefully get anything I missed, and then definitely the campground. If you stuck around this long, thank you. Hopefully this didn't totally bomb. Ooh, looking real wild. Okay. Yeah, thanks for sticking around, and hopefully to catch you in the next one. Bye. Look at the little cars. Oh, come on. Come back. Come back. Oh, there you go. Hello, little car. Little car. Ooh, zoom. 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 Hello. I know there's another one of you. Maybe not today. Look at the little cars. Oh, come on. Come back. Come back. Oh, there you go. Hello, little car. Little car. Ooh, zoom. 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 Hello. I know there's another one of you. Maybe not today.